Hey guys, if you're brand new to Jiu-Jitsu, just kind of starting on your journey, here are a few tips to help you along the way. Slow down. I always tell guys, don't do anything faster than you can do it perfectly. So when you're learning a technique and you're first starting to train through it, you're starting to drill, do it slowly. Do it step by step. Make sure your arms are where they're supposed to be, your legs are where they're supposed to be, your head's where it's supposed to be. Make sure your pressure is where it's supposed to be, your base is where it's supposed to be, okay? Do it slowly. If that's 20% and you do it a couple times, great, speed it up to 30%. Then you can speed it up to 40%. 40% you start missing up, slow back down. Don't do anything faster than you can do it perfectly. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask away. Your coaches are there to help you. If you missed a detail, ask. You aren't supposed to know everything right off the bat. And honestly, when you ask the question, probably 4 or 5 other guys had the same question and they were too scared to ask. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Just relax. Sometimes you tell somebody to relax and it gives the opposite reaction, but just relax. Just be smooth, relax your muscles, loosen up. It's gonna help you move through the techniques, and it's gonna decrease your risk of injury. Your relaxed body is gonna flow much more naturally, and it's gonna retain the technique a lot easier than just being tense and just trying to muscle through everything. Even if you have great big muscles, that's awesome. You can use those later on down the line, but for now, as you're starting, relax, go through each motion nice and technical. Be consistent with your training. I usually recommend 2, maybe 3 classes a week to start with, and just make that your goal. It's gonna help you improve a lot faster. Stick to the basics. I know we all watch YouTube and Instagram and we see all these flashy moves. Those are advanced techniques for advanced grapplers. When you first start, build a strong foundation that you can build the rest of your jiu-jitsu on. I always use the analogy that the taller the building, these big tall skyscrapers, they need a deeper foundation. Stay healthy outside of the gym. Jiu-jitsu is very demanding on the body. So when we're not here, we don't want to abuse our bodies. We want to eat healthy. We want to stay hydrated. We want to get plenty of sleep. We want to get good strength training and good stretching. Now, yes, you'll get some of the physical activity here, but on your own, make sure you're doing those extra little things just to help you along your journey and prevent injury. Tap early. Guys, seriously, tap before you get hurt. Jiu-jitsu is designed to debilitate you. So give props to your opponent. Good job, buddy. And he'll let you go. That's all it is, okay? You get caught in something, you don't know how to get out of it, go ahead, give him props. Hey, great job, thank you. And then you can go back and ask questions to your coach or maybe even the person who caught you in a submission. But don't be afraid to tap. 99.9% of jiu-jitsu injuries come from someone just not tapping when they needed to. Breathe. I always tell people, if you forget to breathe when you're walking down the street, you're gonna pass out, okay? And sooner or later, jiu-jitsu is just gonna be like walking down the street to you. When you stop breathing, think, breathe, okay? Just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Do jiu-jitsu. Do what you're shown. You learn a technique so that you can apply it when actually rolling in class or a tournament or self-defense scenario, what have you. But when you come in and you don't try the moves you've been taught, that's kind of a waste of time. So you're shown jiu-jitsu, put yourself in those positions and do the moves you're shown over and over and over until you get good at them. Be patient, especially with yourself. Jiu-jitsu takes a long time. No matter how consistent you are, no matter how many reps you put in, it takes a while. And I know sometimes we're hard on ourselves because we don't pick it up right away. But when you start on your jiu-jitsu journey, give yourselves at least 6 months before even the smallest things start to click. And I know that sounds like a long time, but trust me, it's worth it. If you're feeling like you're not getting it or you're just not clicking, that's how almost everybody feels when they come in. I always tell guys, if you could walk in off the street not knowing anything and win against jiu-jitsu guys who've been doing it for a while, jiu-jitsu would have almost zero value. So don't expect to be great your first day, your first week, or even your first month. Just be patient. It does take a long time. Just be consistent and patient, and it will come, I promise. Get your reps in. Guys, when you're shown a technique and you're told to drill it, do it as many times as you can effectively, doing it right without being sloppy. We've all seen the guys are training and They do it once or twice and then they stop and they chit chat. Okay. I was training with Hoist Gracie back in 1998 at a seminar, and he stopped a group of guys from talking. He's like, and they all, and he said, guys, looks like you're having a barbecue. Train. So no barbecuing is the rule at my academy. Build a training game plan. I like to build a game plan, and what that is just moves that I'm focusing on during rolling. So I take the jiu-jitsu that I've learned that I want to practice and get better at, and I'm going to write those moves down. Generally, I take 3 to 4 top positions and 3 to 4 bottom positions and work several techniques within each position. And we'll release a video going more in depth to that. But basically, guys, we pick a couple things we've learned that we want to work on, grab a partner, we drill those. So we rep, drill before class, we run through the game plan, and then when you're actually sparring, you only work on those things. Cool, guys. There's a few tips for beginners when starting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Guys, if you're not a beginner and you want to drop a couple other tips for beginners down in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. I'd love to see them, and I know other people starting their Jiu-Jitsu journey would love to see them as well.